like you told me another bullshit story again. You pulled a fast one, and I was the last one to know. And now I look like an asshole. Hey, girl, it looks like you served up another hot plate of bologna again. And I was sitting with a knife and a fork, saying, can I get seconds? You said to meet you at the soda shop, and we could maybe do some hanging around. But then I waited at the soda shop, and you were nowhere to be found. Oh, 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 girl, don't you know what you're doing to me when you stand me up this way? You got me begging on my hands and knees for a second date. Like you told me another bullshit story again. You told a stinker and then let it linger, and I ate it up, fucking hook, line, and sinker. Hey, girl, it looks like you cooked up another hot bowl of hogwash again. And I was sitting with my spoon in my hand, saying this looks delicious. Begging on my hands and knees for one more try. Oh, hey, girl, it looks like you told me another bullshit story again. You pulled a fast one, and I was the last one to know. And now I look like an asshole. Hey, girl, it looks like you served up another hot plate of bologna again. And I was sitting with a knife and a fork, saying, can I get seconds? Oh, one more time. Hey, girl, it looks like you told me another bullshit story again. You told a stinker and then let it linger, and I ate it up, fucking hook, line, and sinker. Hey, girl, it looks like you cooked up another hot. She says she wants to Uber home now, 'cause you're just not her type of guy. And she's got better things to do than to hang around with you. She's got other ways she'd rather spend her time. So for now, she just wants to Uber home. She says it's not that you're not handsome, you're just not her cup of tea. But she still wants to be your friend, 'cause if she meets her Mr. Right, then maybe you could help them move their stuff when she moves in with him. But for now, she just wants an Uber home. Girl, I know that it's all over now, but it's 8 p.m. on Friday night. The Uber rates are surging high. Oh girl, I promise not to cry again, but I'd really like if we could wait until the price goes down. Just admit that it was never meant to be. 'Cause right now, she says she wants to Uber home.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, check. Test. Help. 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 Check. Checking the mic. Check. Hey Siri, what time is it?
It's 11:01 a.m.
Oh, fuck. Hello, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, the live version, where we make food and we talk and do a little bit of music, sometimes a little gaming, but overall, sort of a free for all and just kind of a general hangout session where we make food and do a little chatting and maybe sometimes some games and music. Let's see if we can check in here with the chatting situation. Parasitosis says, let it all hang out. Yep. That's what we're doing. Capacious T says, hello, everybody. Careful. Careful. Yes, please be careful today. Be careful every day, I would say. Hey, Grenyan says, looking good, big dog. Thank you very much, Grenyan. That's very nice. Nice to start out with a little positivity. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. It's been a hell of a 24 hours. It has been a hell of a 24 hours. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit. I'm expecting all kinds of technical problems today because of things that I wasn't able to set up, musical numbers that I wasn't able to fully prepare. But, oh, let me first check in with the alerts here. Fat Honger. I want to thank Fat Honger for subscribing for 49 months. That's very kind of you, Fat Honger. And 10 Carl, my old buddy from Fairfield, Connecticut. It seems like years ago now. I think it was 2 years ago. Actually, I guess it was years ago, technically. 10 Carl says 4 years went by real quick. Hi, all. Hey, good to see you, 10 Carl. And I got a cough on top of all of that. Mal199, thank you very much for subscribing, as well as Mimsy Coon. Hey, good to see you, Mimsy Coon. And who's one of our Tier 3 subscribers. And also, Mimsy Coon gifted a Tier 1 sub. Thanks for doing that, Mimsy Coon. That's very supportive of you, and I appreciate it. Okay. Last night, I sat down to watch the movie Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. It was absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend you see that movie. It's so wonderful that those guys made a movie that's just a feel-good, fun, smart, funny, great movie. So that was a good part. As you probably were made aware, Brisket, the dog, is now a permanent member of Henry's Kitchen, a permanent mascot, and my personal pet. And I'm very happy about that too. That's good news as well. Um, one situation is that she gets kind of restless when you're trying to watch a movie, bites you and whatnot. Little playful bites. She just wants to play. She's a young gal, and so anybody who's tuning in right now, I'm talking about our dog Brisket. In case there was any confusion there. Hey, I want to say Plasma Saint, thank you very much for subscribing. Okay, so I did a little bit of research on training the dog, and I was trying to train Brisket to just settle a little bit. And so I looked up a couple of trainers on YouTube and whatnot. Same place I go to get my cooking advice. And one of them said that you want to take little bits of food that you can encourage them with when they're settling. So I got a little bit of mozzarella string cheese, which was recommended, just a little bit. And I Googled, is it okay to have mozzarella string cheese if you're to give to your dog? And it said, yeah, very, very small amounts. So I was like, okay, so just about 3 little pieces. But now Brisket, you got to remember, is a very small dog anyway. This morning, at about 4:06 a.m., 2026, the year of our Lord, I was awakened to hear strange sort of a noise, and I got up and I saw that Brisket had diarrheaed on the floor. Well, diarrhea is a strong word. I would say maybe loose stooled. And I'm sorry if this is sorry. I'm sorry if this is not appetizing. I know we're going to be cooking here in a little bit. Um, so I apologize if you've got all your ingredients ready to cook. I'm sorry. I'm starting to snap a little bit. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep in the last 24 hours. Um, Parasitosis says fecal funnies. Yeah, sometimes it hits you in the right way, and it's hard not to laugh at the whole tragedy of it all. Butt Smasher Masher has cheered 100 bits. Thanks for that. Oh no, did you give Brisket the bubble guts? I think I did, by just that little bit of cheese. So I've been spending a lot of the morning taking her out, getting her to try to have as many stools as possible so that we could get the stream going. This gets much worse, by the way. I have a situation where I have these baggies that I have to pick up in my neighborhood because they don't like you to just let the dog do their business and leave it, because people step in it, old ladies slip on it or whatever, and it's not fair to them. So I stood there with the bag while she was making diarrhea, and you can't pick up diarrhea in a bag. It can't be done. I'm very sorry to my neighbors. I'm very sorry to people that might slip in it or whatever, but it just simply can't be done. So what I did was I just sort of tried to mash it into the grass in the front of my building a little bit. But now I've got this bag that's got, mashy diarrhea all over it. And the other thing is that Brisket doesn't want to come with me. She a lot of times will just, we don't go out for a walk, we go out for a stand. She just stands. And I had to pick her up, and I also needed the keys to open the door to my building, and I had the bag that had all the fecal material on it or whatever. And at one point when I was in the lobby, I dropped it on the floor. It was just a really, really mess. It was one of those days where you're just like, ah. So I just want to say there's a lot going on today. Brisket is doing well. I wish I could somehow get it so that you could see her. right now because she's looking good, but there's a problem with my. That's another thing is I've got a problem with my connection. Maybe I can use this. Um, hold on. I wish you could see her. Um, yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to see this very well. But there she is. She's sleeping in her favorite little space there, and all is right with the world. That really wasn't worth all the work that I did to put into. I was trying to borrow our food cam so that you could see, but anyway, she's doing okay, but I'm not, and there's a lot of other problems too. So, but we're gonna do okay. And today, what we're gonna be making is called emergency Pop Tarts. How many times have you woken up in the morning and you realize, oh my God, I'm out of cereal, or I don't feel like making bacon and eggs, or I just feel like a lazy piece of shit and don't want to do anything? Well, what if I told you that you probably have all of the ingredients just lying around your house that you would need to make a Pop Tart, even if you didn't go buy them at the store? I'll bet you anything you've got all those ingredients. A pie crust, you probably have one of those sitting around. Um, hmm. Some type of jelly. You probably have some, maybe not powdered sugar, but you have some type of sugar. Everybody's got some type of sugar for their coffee or whatever. Uh, It's Kate X says, can I add melted chocolate to my Pop Tart? That's a better idea than what we were going to do today. I might do that instead. Vanilla extract, you've got that sitting around. Sprinkles, optional. Remember, we always teach here at Henry's Kitchen, if it ever says in parentheses optional after the ingredient, that means you do not use that ingredient. Okay, and then 2 tablespoons of milk, but you probably have some type of half and half. You've got something. There's going to be a way to do this. So, purple donut filling is fruit says sad dad Pop Tarts. Yeah, I mean, that would be the negative way to say it, but yeah, I think that's kind of what we're doing today. Except I'm not a dad, except I do have someone that I look after. Jackie Faye says, hey everyone, I'm here watching on my phone, going on day 8 of no power here in NWI. What's NWI? Northern Wisconsin? New can I and also I don't have computer today. There's a whole lot of problems. So I can ask Siri. Where's NWI?
Here's what I found.
NWI translations is only 15 miles away from me. Royal Flush 9 says NWA is in LA. Northwest Airlines. Joe My Lynch says, I woke up this morning at 4:45 a.m. and thought I was late for work, so I got halfway ready because I live in a basement and can't usually see the sun. That's one of the big disadvantages with living in a basement or some type of underground bunker area is you don't get to see what time it is, or you're not able to tell the time by the light shining through the window. Beelsby says Northwest Indiana. What about Northwest Indiana? Pug Lady 20. Oh, maybe because they don't celebrate the time zone. Is that right? Pug Lady 2600 says, can I substitute chopped candy corns for sprinkles? Yeah, I think you probably could, especially in light of we were only 2 months away from Halloween now. That's going to be pretty fun. I wish we could skip right to it. Little Bo Peep says, shout out to Eli and Kathleen. Biggest fans. Hey, Eli and Kathleen. Thanks for joining us here today. And I want to say a thank you for this picture here that we have in the background. This was given to us on the Discord by Dirty Jim and the boys. Thank you very much. What does that say there? It says, steep cliffs, danger. It is illegal to go beyond, sit or stand upon barriers or fences. Wow. Looks very cool. Is this is New York, I guess, huh? Is that the New York skyline? It can only be, right? That's absolutely beautiful right there. And I'm going to assume this is maybe the Hudson River and you're on the New Jersey side. Or maybe is that the East River and you're on the, what is that, Brooklyn? I don't know. My geography of New York has gotten a little hazy since I haven't been there in way too long. Hello, hi, hello, hi. It says, watch your step out there. Yep, you're right. Well, I do want to let you know, I understand the confusion, but this is actually green screen technology. I'm really just in my kitchen. I'll show you what it looks like for real. It's just a green screen. It's Kate X says, can you lay down on the fence barriers then? You know, it doesn't say that you can't. Like I went to a golf course when I was in Indiana last year, I think it was. And I went with a friend of mine who's actually an attorney. And it said, shirts must be worn at all times. And of course, I took that to mean that they're very strict there at the golf course if you have to wear your shirt the whole time. But he pointed out to me, notice how it doesn't say anything about pants. And I was like, oh, that's why attorneys think the way that they do. There's nothing written that says that you can't wear pants on, or that you can't go pantsless on that golf course. And I think you'd have a pretty good case. Parasitosis says, attorney of what? Law or trees? Attorney of law, but you know, that's a good question. Why do they say attorney of law? Isn't that redundant? Dirty Jim and the boys says it's taken in Englewood, New Jersey. Wow. You know, I lived in Englewood, New Jersey for part of my growing up. And I did sit on the barrier pantsless. That's great, Dirty Jim. You reminded me of New Jersey. Just telling me that. And no, I lived in Englewood, New Jersey. I went to, I think it was Roosevelt Elementary School on Broad Avenue. Took guitar lessons at Gilsonite Music at Grand Avenue near Palisades Avenue, where my friends and I would walk to the State News and get King Kong trading cards from the movie. Capacious T says, what's he actually an attorney or alleged attorney? Who? Oh, this guy, yeah. I'm not sure what his particular specialty is. Cairo the Dragon says there's no rule that says a dog can't play basketball. Yeah, there's no legal rule, but I think the laws of physics make it difficult. Orange says your lighting today is on point, Henry. Hey, thanks. I don't know why it's good today. I really don't. It makes me want to redo all of the streams because usually we have this shiny part just pointing right at the top of my bald spot, but we don't have that today. I'm not sure why it's good today. I have no idea, but I'm glad it is. Saguaro Ooze says, what's the name of that pizza place there? Oh, in Englewood, New Jersey? Well, we used to have Sonny's Pizza. That was in Fort Lee or Leonia. I got those mixed up. But anyway, Dirty Jim, it sounds like maybe you live in Englewood. That's pretty cool. It's some good stuff over there. Lil Mollusk says, hi, Henry. Hey, right back to you. Thank you very much. We've got a bunch of alerts here. Caitlin's Kitchen. Thank you so much, Caitlin's Kitchen, for your Tier 3 subscription. Absolutely amazing. Good to see you, and it was great to meet you in person in Naperville, Illinois. I want to let everybody know I'm going to be in Mahomet, Illinois, near Champaign, September 26th. And that's going to be for, you'll see an evening of stories and jokes and songs and meeting and greeting and just generally having a good time. So come on out. Little Bo Peep says, come to Canada. Man, I really wish I could. Unfortunately, I only go to the places where they seem to want me there, and it's not very many places. But this place in Mahomet, Illinois, if you want to get tickets, you go to henryphillips.com or henrys.kitchen, and it'll show you the link to get tickets. But I would love to go to Canada. I would absolutely love it. Especially after watching that great movie last night, the Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. It was absolutely incredible. I love that movie, and I want to see more from those guys forever. Okay, Joe Wim Lynch. Thank you very much, Joe Wim Lynch, for subscribing. And Little Bo Peep, thanks for subscribing. Anonymous, you know the group Anonymous that does all the digital hacking and whatnot, the correcting society's wrongs in a Robin Hood type fashion, but with a modern twist. Anonymous has gifted a tier 1 sub to Poop Smear. Thank you very much, Anonymous. And we want to welcome Poop Smear to the community here. And Lady Dina 17, thanks again for cheering. And any plans? Orange says, any plans for cooking with streamers again? S-Fan version 2. I would love to see those guys. The last time I was there was it was near a Halloween. I think that's been about 4 years in Austin. And boy, it was great to meet them and everything. I just don't travel as much as I used to. I don't really do a whole lot of anything anymore. Kalamazoo Dog says, hey everyone, happy to be hanging out on the Henry's Kitchen show as always with my favorite users. Thank you very much, Kalamazoo Dog. You're one of our favorite users, and it was great to meet you in Park City. And hope you're doing well. Lucas99900123 says, I'm about to start school in middle. Any advice in middle? You mean middle school? Let's see. What would be some advice for Lucas? All right. A lot of your friends in school, I don't know what age you are, if you are middle school, this is when people start picking their hobbies that are going to stay with them into adulthood. Some of your friends are going to get into piano and music and guitar, that kind of thing. Some of them will get into dance. Some of them will get into sports, football. They're going to start golfing, track and field, whatever it is. This is my advice to you, Lucas. Your hobby is going to be cooking. Start developing the skill of cooking, because here's what's going to happen. They might make fun of you now, but when you get into your 20s, the joke's on them. Because now, all of a sudden, none of their skills have paid off, and they can't do anything with any of those skills as adults. But you know how to cook, which means that you know how to prepare food to eat. And if you don't eat, you die. So you're going to live, and all your friends are going to die. If you take my advice and start cooking now. Okay? Gooner84673 says, Henry saved my life after I stepped on a sea urchin. I died for 1 hour, then he saved me. I don't remember doing that, but I'm sure I probably did. It sounds like me. MC Vodka says, oh my, it's awfully quiet outside where you are. It sure is. It's very quiet. Sure Not the Singer says, a man who can cook. Yeah. Share Not the Singer, I'm sorry. Yeah, Everyone Type Forson says, middle school, the only place where walking in the hallway is an extreme sport, And a deep breath smells like cheap body spray. Yeah, it sure does. Dazzlecat says, yeah, I spent a lot of hours playing clarinet in middle. I should have spent that time cooking. Absolutely. Think of how much better you'd be at it now. Because after you get to a full adulthood, your brain is not able to acquire new skills. That's well known. Lucas says, I play basketball in my freebie. What do you do in your free time? I cook actually in my professional time and also in my free time. Parasitosis says, my father told me not to become a chef when I was growing up. Now I'm a meteorologist. Oh, sorry, you're a metrologist, not a meteorologist. Don't want to make that mistake. Now I'm a metrologist and fucking starving. So your dad told you not to become a chef. Yeah, no, that's terrible advice. Your dad should have known we all need to eat, and those who cook eat. Those who can't cook die. Joe M. Lidge says, I work at a restaurant and they hate me because I don't know how to cook. Yeah, it's weird that you got that job, but maybe you're not maybe you're more in the business part of it. All right, let's get the guitar here, but we're going to, thank you very much, Dirty Jim from Englewood, New Jersey, one of my hometowns. Let's go to Saguaro here. Saguaro gives us a beautiful picture, presumably from New Mexico. We've got a couple of requests for songs. Let me turn on the reverb. Check one. Checking the 1, 2. Do you guys hear me talking with reverb? Orange says, Take Me Home, Country Roads. That's a great song too. We can always pull that one out. Anonymous also gifted a tier 1 sub to Piss the Pain Away. Thank you very much, Anonymous, and welcome Piss the Pain Away to our little community here. Squelch the Noise says the River Bison in effect. Yes. Orange says reverb is on. Okay, Shine Blind wants Country Roads too. We can do it. Let's first do, you know what? This song here was requested to us by WTF. It's a song by Guns N' Roses, and it's a song that goes out to those of you who asked for Country Roads, because the song's called Patience. And if you just use a little patience, we're going to get to Country Roads. We'll do it. Guitar Joe, you're right. That was a little bit of spontaneous standing on the shoulders of freaks, about almost an octave down. Good ear. Of course, you're Guitar Joe. Kara Kenobi says, Take Me Home, Country Roads to Henry's Kitchen Streams. Yeah, that's the way the song should have gone. Okay, so this song here now, Patience, by Axel and the Gang. They should have called the band Axel and the Gang. Okay. Take this down. Look up the intro here. Gunnar says, sorry, Henry, I have to go. All right, well, I understand. Cause I'm missing you. I'm still alright to smile. Girl, I think think about you every day now. Was a time when I wasn't sure, but you set my mind at ease. There is no doubt you're in my heart now. Said, woman, take it slow, it'll work itself out fine. All we need is just a little patience. I'm going to insert a little joke here. Does everybody know how an accountant deals with constipation? They work it out with a pencil. It's a fun joke there. Said, woman, take it slow, it'll work itself out fine. All we need is just a little patience. Patience, whisper, yeah. Try to do an Axl Rose. Yeah. I sit here on the stairs, 'cause I'd rather be alone. If I can't have you right now, I'll wait, dear. Sometimes I get so tense, but I can't speed up time. But you know, love, there's one more thing that can sit here. Said, woman, take it slow, things will be just fine. You and I'll just use some patience. Said, sugar, take it slow, and the lights are shining bright. You and I've got what it takes to make it. We won't fake it, never break it, 'cause I can't take it. Today we're gonna make a Pop-Tart and bake it. It'll taste a little bit like a cake. Then maybe we'll shake it. Beanie Bo Beanie says, lyrical genius. Yeah, I want to say I started with the Axl Rose, but then I started improvising my own after that. Patience. I've been walking the streets tonight, just trying to get it right. It's hard to see with so many around. You know, I don't like being stuck in the crowd. I don't know how this part goes. And the streets don't change, but maybe the names. I ain't got time for the game, 'cause I need you. Yeah, well, I need you. Oh, I need you. Wow. I need you this time. That was Patience, and thank you very much to WTF for requesting that song from Axl Rose. It was a throwback to my early adulthood. I saw Guns N' Roses open for Rolling Stones at the Coliseum in about 1990 or 91, something like that, and they had to drag Axl onto the stage because he refused to do it, but apparently there was so much money involved they were actually able to get the police to bring him over. It's a very interesting. I didn't know that things work that way. Jao Wim Lynch says, Henry, I saw your special on Comedy Central in like 2005 when I was a kid, and I have been a fan ever since. I bought your first cookbook, but my cat pissed on it. Aw, I'm very sorry to hear that your cat pissed on it. Cats don't like me or Henry's Kitchen, even my own beloved cat. Didn't like me very much, but he was wonderful. He was the mascot here. But I do understand cats destroy things. They piss on things. And but anyway, yeah, that special in 2005, that was a good time. I shot it in 2004. It came out in 2005. Thanks, Joe M. Lynch, for joining us here today. I no longer am a comedian. I'm a online cooking chef, and I wasn't really making a lot of money as a comedian, but I make about 1/4 of whatever that was now, and I'm working on getting even less if possible. Okay. Thanks, WTF, for that request. And then Nancy Drudel says Stuart Copeland with a question mark. Sure. All right, everybody. Kara Kenobi says my new camera isn't coming until 10 p.m. At least I have to keep me, Henry, to keep me awake. You're getting a new camera? That's exciting. I wish I had a camera for brisket right now, but I couldn't get my stupid OBS camera to work. Maybe they finally are on to me because I haven't been paying for the app. I don't know. We have technical problems today, but we also have more songs to go. Thanks, Saguaro, for giving us this awesome picture of the beautiful and mysterious southwestern portion of the United States. Let's go through some other ones here. Beanie Bobini sends us a picture clearly of a beautiful evening or sunrise, I can't tell. And it looks like some type of a tower. And I'm presuming this is in the in the midwestern part of the U.S. A water tower, no less. Yeah, Fuju Pozu Jinnoju says it's a water tower. Demonkey 610 says thought that was something else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a tower of some sort. Joe M. Lynch says, does it have water in it? I don't know. We'd have to ask Beanie Bobini, does this have water in it? You can't really tell from the picture, but it's very cool. Thanks, Beanie Bobini. Hope you're having a good day today. And look at this. Look at this little guy or gal. This is Cad Jones sends us this one. But I don't know what Cad's cat is named. But wow, look at that. That is a handsome cat right there. That is a damn good looking cat. That's like I don't know. In the world of cats, I'll bet that's probably one of the really good looking ones, you know, like Brad Pitt or one of those things. Hammy X Ham says, cute kitty. Cairo the Dragon says, pretty cat. Yeah. Royal Flush 9 says, I'd buy something from that cat. Oh, I would. I'd be like, take all my money. Parasitosis says the cat is probably a cat food model. Well, if they're not a model, then they definitely are missing out on a good opportunity, and the world would be missing out on a really good cat model. Dazzlecat says the cat is a Twitch streamer. Oh, I didn't realize that. Is asking, is that cat a Twitch streamer? But there's no question mark. That's why I read it as a statement. But now I understand. It is a valid question. Can we get a fact check on whether this cat is a Twitch streamer? Let's see. The cat should be in a movie, is what Cairo the Dragon says. And I tend to agree. All right, let's see what else we got here. Maui Girl 45 sends us this kind of disturbing picture of what's going on maybe with your pipes. Water pipes? Oh, it looks like your water pipe has a leak. Maui Girl's been going through a lot of crazy stuff with this Hurricane Lala that they just had. Joe M. Lynch says, wait, can I send a picture of my cat? You absolutely can, yeah. He's mad at me right now because he got out and rolled around in the fire pit and got ashes and shit all over him, so I had to spray him off with the shower head, and now he won't talk to me. Yeah, send the cat over. Send the picture of the cat to the Discord. I've already taken down all the pictures for today's stream, but I'll definitely show it on Sunday's stream. You just go to the part that says green screen. It was originally supposed to be background pictures, but it's kind of turned into just people sharing their pictures, and I really like it. I really like this part of the stream. Parasitosis says, howdy. Is this your car, Parasitosis? Pretty cool. I'm wondering if we should do our song to this. Well, we have a few more pictures here. Thanks, Parasitosis. And Nancy Drudel says, Maui, seriously, get some sage and go around the bus. I'll send good vibes. Oh, does that help pipe leaks? Water leaks? Oh, here's another cat. Kara sends a picture of Princess Leia. Or just Leia. That's a beautiful cat. And apparently this cat is partaking of a box where some clothes came in. I'm going to try to adjust the aspect ratio a little bit though, because it automatically stretches it. Well, now I can't get it normal. Oh no, Quanto's gonna have a shit fit because I messed up. Thank you very much for sharing. Thanks, Kara, for sharing Princess Leia with us. Let's do... Who sent us this one? Oh, this is 4%. This is the Colonel and the Ocean Man having a little fun in there. That's pretty cool. I love it. Cats are so playful. I'm glad everybody's sharing their cats. I definitely miss my cat very much, but Brisket's pretty cool too. I just wish I could put a damn camera on her right now because she looks pretty good. Okay, what else do we got here? We need to get a background picture for our next song here. Here we go. Yawner NYC sends us this picture. I had no idea that apparently Henry's Kitchen, this very stream that you're watching right now, well, this show, not this episode, was featured on the Jumbotron. Apparently, if I'm not mistaken, they turned off, or they canceled the game and everybody just watched the 3-hour stream that we were doing. So I think that's really, really cool. Maybe we'll go ahead and do our next song to this background. This is a song that was requested to us by Dirty Jim and the Boys. Same from Englewood, New Jersey, presumably. And this is a song from David Lee Roth from way back in the late 80s. Hey, Maggie Poo says, hey, Hen. Hey, right back to you, Maggie Poo. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it sounded kind of cool. Fudshuju Pozu Ganoju says, shout out to the boys. Yeah. This is a song, originally this was a Louis Prima song. Guitar Joe says, I made salsa rojo for the first time with homegrown tomatoes, onions, garlic, and peppers. Really good. Guess what the secret ingredient is? Well, let's see. You said tomatoes, onions, garlic, and peppers. Oh, I know what it is. Cumin. Is that what it is? Yeah. Joe M. Lynch says, okay, I joined the Discord and I put a picture of when I taught my cat to play poker for his birthday. Oh, that sounds great. Okay, let's go ahead and do this song that was requested to us by none other Then Dirty Jim and the Boys. It's an old Louis Prima song that David Lee Roth covered. I always do that. It's either too high or too low. I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go. Wait, what the fuck is it? That's too high. Just a jig. Here, maybe a. I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. There we go. Paid for every dance, selling each romance. Ooh, what they're saying. There will come a day when youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolo. Life goes on without me. Boy, this one is not intuitive for me. It's kind of kicking my ass, but we're gonna do it because a lot of times the reason I do stuff on here is hopefully to not do it well, so that you feel better about yourself when you try it. I'm just a gigolo, everywhere I go. People know the part I'm playing. Paid for every dance, selling each romance. Ooh, what they're saying. There will come a day when youth will pass away. Then what will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolo. Life goes on without me. 'Cause I ain't got nobody. Nobody cares for me. Nobody cares for me. I am sad and lonely. Sad and lonely. Want some sweet mama come and take a chance with me. 'Cause I ain't so bad. Yeah, I've been singing love songs all of the time. Even only be honey, only be bop, zitty bozy bop, zitty bop. Okay, I think that's that. Thank you very much, Dirty Boys, for requesting that song. I think I butchered it so much that I'm going to get sued not only by David Lee Roth, but by Louis Prima himself, or at least his estate. Parasitosis says, is he having a stroke? Yeah, no, that's the lyrics. Bosdy bop, zitty bop. Humle babyle zibble booble humle babyle zibble bop. That was a Louis Prima thing. He would sing like that, but he would sing like that. Not other people. Nancy Drudel says Tom from Tom and Jerry did this song, or was it his arch rival? Oh, maybe. Beanie Bobini says Scat Man. Yeah. They call me the Scat Man. Dirty Jim and the Boys says, well done, sir. Hey, thank you, Dirty Jim. Thank you for that positivity. I appreciate it. That's a very tough one. Parasitosis says he's picking up dog scat and now he's scatting. Yeah. All right. Let's see. That's a beautiful picture. Thank you very much again to Yonner NYC for showing us that awesome picture. Capturing a moment. A lot of people wouldn't have believed that they showed Henry's Kitchen on the Jumbotron. But now we've got an actual picture of it, so there's really no excuse for them not to believe it. Oh, here we go. Lino Bumpy. Lino Bumpy sent us a picture of their job, I think, as a luthier and learning how to repair guitars. This is very, very cool. As a matter of fact, we're going to do this. We're we're going to do the song that was requested earlier. People expressed a lot of patience, and I'm happy for that. But we're going to do Take Me Home, Country Roads. Because people were very patient. And this is a song by John Denver. Let's use this as the background in the beginning, and then let's shift to something that looks like beautiful rolling hills. And it'll be like, you know, it starts here with woodworkers making a guitar, and then it expands. Or it'd probably be chronologically the other way around, but... All right, sometimes I just kind of talk out of my ass. Hammy Xham says, I'm putting a new neck in a bass and I'm just winging it. Wow, that's awesome. I play guitar, but I've never been good with fixing it or maintenance on it or anything like that. All right, here we go. From the great John Denver, who gave us so many great songs about Denver, but this one actually happens to be about a different place. West Virginia, I believe. Hey, Beanie Bobini says, has anybody mentioned the shirt? It's a great shirt. Thank you very much. Thanks. I figured if I try to get some stuff today, if you ever know that things are going to be bad, try to stack it up with some good things. So I tried to wear a nice shirt, and also we got the lighting right today, so that's good. Brisket's feeling much better from her bout with some cheese-induced diarrhea. I guess we have a lactose-intolerant dog here, which I didn't know. All right, here we go. Song by the great John Denver. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Who among us can say that they didn't want a mountain mama to come take them home? Okay, let's switch the picture to a different one. Let's use Gumme Cande's beautiful picture, not too far from West Virginia. Let's see, now where was I? Fuck, okay. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. I hear the voice in the morning hour, she calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, everybody. Country roads take me home. You in the back, I can't hear you. To the place I belong. Help, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. I don't feel good. Country roads, one more time. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Lino Bunfeet 420 says, hello, Henry. Watching while elbow deep in this guitar's sound hole. Okay, well, that sounds like you're busy. Thank you very much, Lino Bunfeet 420, for that awesome visual. I'm talking about the picture that you sent, not your elbow being deep into this guitar's sound hole. Lips Sink says, we have a country road in Ohio with a billboard that reads, hell is real. I think I've driven by that. Yeah. It is real, and it's not too far from that billboard, I would say. Parasitosis says, Dommy Goth, mommy, take me home. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Well, this part was fun. I don't really know what's going to happen in this next part. We're going to do the best that we can. But let me put the guitar away. Oh my goodness, where are my manners? I still haven't even put up the situation. Whoa, what's happening here? Oh boy, we've got a whole slew of issues here. I haven't put these up. Okay. We're going to try as hard as we can to make a Pop-Tart. I don't know if we're going to succeed. Kara Kenobi says, hey, Henry, I need to go. Thanks for showing my picture of Leia, and I hope your Pop-Tarts come out nice. Goodbye. Hey, thank you, Kara. Thanks for sending that picture of beautiful Leia hanging out in the clothing box. That was really cool to see. Okay, so we've got some work to do. Let me go into the alerts here. Thanks again, Anonymous, for gifting that tier 1 sub to piss the pain away. If anybody's wondering, we have 252 subscribers, which I think is very respectable, considering we started out with about 800 at the top of the month. Teaser Tuesday says, I got a meeting, but I'll be watching on mute. Yeah, I know, a lot of people are working today. I mean, I'm working technically. But I'm doing work that I love, and I think that's something that we can aspire to. I don't think I love it that much, but anyway, it's your job, you know, so sometimes you love it, sometimes you really hate it. But today, we're probably going to make a mess, and those are not my favorite times. But if I don't teach people how to cook, let's put it this way. When you have a bad day at work, somebody doesn't get their report or their fax or whatever it is. If I have a bad day at work, people don't eat and they starve to death and they die. And that's a lot of responsibility for a lot of us internet chefs. Maggie Pooh says, I met a guy with cancer and he felt sorry for me. Great lyric from Jose Suicidio. Roy says, not having a good day at work today, really counting on the emergency Pop-Tart to cheer me up. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to get right into it. The first thing we're going to need is to make some type of a... Uh-oh, what happened now? Are you kidding me? You've got to be joking. Oh, here. Can anything else go wrong? Okay. we're going to make a makeshift dough for our pie crust. Okay? So let's get right to it. I'm going to use probably about, I think maybe about a quarter of a cup of flour here. And I looked up how to make pie crust. Easy pie crust. That's what we're going to look up right now. Jump to recipe. We got our flour, our butter, salt, and we need some ice cold water for some reason. Okay, so we're going to mix together the flour and the salt in a medium-sized bowl. So I have here a salt from our salt and pepper shaker, which I still think is one of the cutest things ever. Let's mix that up with our go ahead and use the semi-automatic whisker for this. Keep Carrie says you still have the reverb on. Oh shit. I am so sorry about that, guys. It's embarrassing. I try to run a professional show here, and you can't always do it, you know. All you can do is the best that you can. Maggie Poo says it's fine. Thanks, Maggie Poo. All right. Demonkey says 610 says, does it happen to be Friday the 13th where you're at? Oh my God. I didn't even think about it. Well, let's see. I know Saturday was the 15th. The 16th would have been Sunday. Today is Wednesday. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Friday the 13th. Everyone type Forson says, I'd love a mountain mama to pump my whisk like that. Yeah, that would be nice, but we can dream. Pancake King says, I would be so good at this part. Thwap Daddy says, boy, howdy, that's a handy dandy whisker there. Yeah, it's a really good one. There we go. All right, I think it's pretty well whisked. Next up, we're going to cut in our butter with a pastry blender or... What? Cut in butter with pastry blender or forks until mixture is pebble-sized crumbs. What the fuck are they talking about? Ow! We're going to cut butter in with forks or a pastry blender. I've never cut butter in. Like, I don't know what they mean by that. But what we want here is pebble-sized crumbs. Let's see how much butter we want. If we're dividing everything by 4, 6 tablespoons. So we really want 1.5 tablespoons of butter, I think. But we're making Pop-Tarts, which are sort of a decadent pastry item. I don't know if you're like me. I grew up eating things like Pop-Tarts and other famous breakfast things like Captain Crunch. Glitchy Med said, can never go wrong with more butter. Yeah, that's true. Hey Siri, what's the worst thing that'll happen to you if you eat too much butter?
I can use ChatGPT to answer that. You can enable Chat GPT on your iPhone.
Should we do it?
Something went wrong. Please try again.
No. That's the last thing I want to be doing is troubleshooting ChatGPT while we're trying to make homemade Pop-Tarts. What do you think, guys? Is this, yeah, pebble-sized crumbs? I think we kind of got this. This is pebble-sized. I might do even just a little bit more of this butter. Uh-oh, did we lose? Now I think we lost the frickin' other camera. Are you kidding me? Can anything else go wrong today? All right, I'm going to switch out the battery on that one. We'll see if this works here. Hold on. Everybody chill for just one moment. Is that working? Wait, hold on. Okay, we're back on. Sorry, everybody. Ouroboros of AI is what parasitosis says. I don't know. It's not coming out like pebbles. I'm not really liking this. I'm going to do even more butter, I guess. Jeez, though. When do we stop? I'm going to put this butter aside because I feel like we're using too much. Sure Not the Singer says, this was my dad yesterday. Breathe through it. Okay, I think we're finally getting it here. Okay. But we're definitely having a camera sort of a situation here. All right, so now we've got pebble-sized crumbs. We're going to add water and we're going to blend it until it sort of puts together. And of water, it says here 4 tablespoons of ice cold water. Why are we doing ice cold water, I wonder? I do have ice. Oh boy. Now we gotta wait for it to get ice cold. 4 tablespoons. Fondue Yourself says, I've never understood ice cold water because if it were ice cold, it would be ice. You're right. It's very poorly written, in my humble opinion. I guess meantime, we're going to do a little bit more of this action. And I'm also going to put this other battery on deck. It's a long story, but a lot of systems are breaking down here at Henry's Kitchen. There's been a lot of technical issues. Okay. I was trying to get all this off, but doesn't seem to want to. Okay, we've got pebble-sized crumbs there. Let's put in a little bit of our iced cold water here. And now we're going to blend until it pulls together. So just more of this. And it's supposed to sort of pull together, I guess. And we're going to roll this out and we're going to place it on a lightly floured surface. So remember, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck, I don't have any breakfast, no cereal, no Eggo waffles, I don't even have an apple. Don't worry, you probably have all the ingredients you need to just start doing what I'm doing here and make a Pop-Tart. Okay, let's get a little piece of parchment paper out here. And by the way, I want to make this very clear to everybody. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. I don't want anybody thinking, oh, I'm going to learn how to do this correctly, because right now I'm really just flying by the proverbial seat of my pants. Okay? So, just want to make that clear. Now, we're going to, now that our water, our pebbles or whatever have pulled together, we're going to roll this out onto a lightly floured surface. So let's get a little bit of flour here. It says lightly. I usually like to use a little more than it asks for. Okay. Now we're going to roll this into a ball. Okay. And we're going to put it on the surface. And we're going to roll it into a circle. See, I'm glad I used more flour because that was very sticky. But the flour is going to keep it from being too sticky, so that's going to be nice for you. Okay, I think I need way more flour, actually. We have a very sticky dough here. A lot of what you're doing when you're in the kitchen is just sort of improvising. Yeah, I definitely am going to need more flour. Fuck. All right, let's see what our end game is here with this. I guess this is going to be the crust. But a Pop-Tart is basically jelly mixed in between two crusts. So, all right, hold on, everybody. I don't have one finger. I'm going to have to use my knuckle to operate my Stream Deck. Okay, I got an idea. I'm going to take another piece of parchment paper that's clean. Like this. And let's get more flour. I'm doing a little troubleshooting right now because we had a very, very sticky flour situation. Oh yeah, that's coming out nice. Just a little more flour there. This is pretty damn cool, actually. This is working. I might do this. This is a little trick that my grandma said that she learned during her time in the joint. You kind of roll it around to pick up all the bits that you left behind. Oh, that turned out to be a bad idea because it got too sticky again. So now we need more flour. If you're doing this at home and you're saying, hey, mine doesn't look nearly as good as yours, or I'm fucking it up, I don't know how to do it, or whatever, just remember, I've been doing this a very long time now. I've been cooking for about 11 years, but I've been teaching it for literally 15 years. So I kind of know a little bit more what I'm doing than you probably do. And that's okay. I'm the teacher. Okay. Now it's time. Let's put this in there. And let's open up this one. This is going to be where we're going to start building our Pop-Tart. Start in ball form, then move into patty situation. Now, Pop-Tarts, as we know, are square, but if you have a homemade Pop-Tart, it's going to look a little different, and that's okay. Looks like we're going to be making kind of a small Pop-Tart here, and that's okay too. Still a little sticky. All right. This is really not easy. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, I'm going to do another rinse down. We knew this wasn't going to be easy going in. All right. Let's start working with our air fryer now. I'm going to put this here, and jelly is going to be the ingredient that you put in the middle. Let me just consult my instructions here. Two rectangles for each Pop-Tart. Spoon about 1 tablespoon of jam onto the center, leaving a border around the edges. Okay. Boy, I'd love if I could get that one over here. Okay, so we have a border around the edges like they said. Now we're going to make another rectangle. If I had to go back in time, I probably would have done things very, very much differently. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to do this thing where you crimp the edges. Press down the edges and crimp them. Hey Siri, what does crimp mean?
As a verb, crimp means compress something into small folds or ridges. Do you want to hear the next one?
No, I think that's what we're doing here. Okay, that's it. We've done this now at this point. I think we're looking good. I'm going to do one more rinse down. This is really getting all over the place. Okay? All right. Poke a few holes in the top with a fork so that the steam can escape. Okay. That's a good call. And now we're going to bake this for 7 to 10 minutes. So if they say 7 to 10 minutes, what they mean is 8.5. That's the number right in between. And we're going to bake this until the edges are golden brown and let them cool. You might be asking, well, what if at 8.5 minutes the edges aren't golden brown? I don't know. I don't know if you prioritize time or visual. Okay, but either way. All right, bake. Doesn't say how much to bake them. Oh yeah, 400. All right, let's bake that for 7 to 10 minutes. Now we're gonna have to make some type of frosting. Let me check in with our alerts here and see if we've got still just anonymous gifting that tier 1 sub to piss the pain away. I really appreciate that. Guitar Joe says, wow, I'm sorry I'm not especially well versed in the Takiti Maluma phenomenon. Don't even know what that is. Beanie Bo Beanie says, are we making some sort of frosting glaze for this? Yes, we are. Excellent question. This frosting / glaze will be made from our butter. A lot of butter in this one. And we're going to have powdered sugar. I don't have powdered sugar, I don't think. And vanilla extract in a small bowl and make the icing. Let's get the baby whisker. This little guy is all we need. Okay. We want it doesn't have amounts here. So we're going to just kind of fly by the seat of our proverbial pants. I've got vanilla extract. I don't know if I have milk. I've got some half and half. I don't have that kind of sugar that they're talking about. But I think the sugar is just to make it sweet, in which case I would imagine I could just make regular. Let me see if I can find powdered sugar. I've just got regular sugar, and that's just going to have to do. Just poured way too much in there. But I think if you're doing regular sugar, if you're substituting it for powdered, you're going to want to use a heck of a lot more. Okay, let's stir that up. Let's put some of our vanilla extract in there. I'm going to whisk this up quite a bit. One more. We've got the milk, vanilla extract. Okay. And we're going to spread this over our Pop-Tart. This is not working. This is basically just milk with sugar in it. So that's a problem. I don't know how to fix that. Hey Siri, what can I use to substitute powdered sugar with?
A substitute for powdered sugar is a mixture of granulated sugar and tapioca starch. Other sugar substitutes include aspartame, monk fruit extract, saccharin, sucralose, stevia, acesulfame potassium, ACE-K, and cyclamate. This is from thekitchen.com and Wikipedia.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to put some honey on it. Let's do that. I just won't use whatever this other thing is. Androphyte says, do you have all this shit in your kitchen? Yeah, we've got, this is Henry's kitchen. It's a real kitchen. Beanie Bobini says cornstarch. I might have cornstarch. I've got baking soda. Baking powder. Yeah, no more powdered sugar, unfortunately. I don't know what happened to my cornstarch. I do have these, which are potato chips that I'm just going to eat a little bit right now. I'm just going to put honey on the top. Sorry, everybody, I'm starving. Always have some type of snack food on hand when you're doing this type of thing. All right, so we're just going to probably dump this, unfortunately. We're getting to the home stretch here. Let's take our honey out here. This is raw honey, everybody. This is apparently raw honey from raps flour. I don't think honey's like milk where if you drink it raw, it gives you all kinds of gastrointestinal problems. Remsey09, favorite spot to get a burger. So I live in the Southern California area. There's a couple of new ones. There's one called Yellow Paper in Eagle Rock that I had recently that was fantastic. And then there's also a place that you wouldn't really expect. And it's on Glendale Avenue in Glendale, California, and it's called Gold Star Hamburger, and it's freaking fantastic. Gold Star Burger. So try those. But you know, there's so many good burgers everywhere. Wait, I'm supposed to cook the honey? RJ Ramrod says. I don't think you cook the honey. But now I don't know. Oh, it's slightly brown on the outside here. I'm going to leave it a little longer. Parasitosis says Arby's is good. You know, Arby's makes a mean roast beef sandwich, although I've never had their burger, but it would stand a reason that the burger would be good too. It's Kate X has how many gold stars would you rate it? You mean would I rate Gold Star Burger? I guess I would rate them just one because they just call it Gold Star Burger, not Gold Stars. So they're just rating themselves as one gold star. But I don't know out of how many. Parasitosa says, I might put in a bid for this online auction for 50 pounds of bottle opener. Is 40 bucks too much? Well, that's about, what, 80 cents a pound? It's not bad. Zeno Cider says you should flip your Pop-Tart so both sides get toasted. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should, actually. This one side's not quite toasted yet. Here, let's try this. Yeah, that was a good call. And we're going to need to cook this a lot more. Hey, maybe this would be a good time for us to do our thank you song to you, the users of Henry's Kitchen. Hold on a sec. Royal Flush 9 says, for a second I thought it wasn't going to survive the flip. Yeah, but you know what? I'm so hungry that I can't be worried about what the cosmetics of it is. I just need to eat it. Check 1 2 test 1 2 check. Okay, here we go. To the tune of a Jose Suicidio tune. No, let's do it. We almost did this last time. Let's do this to the tune of REM's End of the World as We Know It. This is a thank you to all of the users who help out so much on this show. The folks that run the Discord, the moderators, the technical advisors, the tier 3 subscribers, the collaborators, the big name streamers who've shared their audience with us. This is a meager attempt to thank everybody, and it's by no means an exclusive list. There's so many more, but here we go. That's right, it starts with Funk and Dingo Bop and Dom Beef, Hot Bear 1110. Dude, Dingle, Dog, Goggle, Dr. Flanges, Ambacoo, Shane, Yes, Beelzebub, Emojis, Nirvana, Inskate, X, Kairos, a Bumble Vision, LGX, Chef Reaction, Husky, Boyo, Bill Arkin Music, The Toilet, Nem, No Moon, Amaru, Orgamine, S-Fan, Bonnie 2, Dazzle, Cap, Blurry, Little Quest, Horseman, Nils, Severus, don't forget Quanto, and Beanie Bo Beanie. It's the BK69, Rose Tower, 77. Royal Flush 9, Embry 225 yard, Casamigos Teza, Michael Bublé 4422, Pat, Potato Cap, Reader Passion, Airman Ocean 64, Midnight Faded. Daniel the Freak, thank you very much for loving my cooking. We're doing it right now. JSBX Fan, SD Test, Pool Boy 789, Dazzle Cat, Son, Bane, Took My Nuts, Swirl, Guido 5555, Dinosaur, I Slap Cat Butts, Jamie's Text, Sigmund Boy, Beelzebub, Alex 1, Kaylin's Kitchen, Lazy T, Purple Norman, Billy is Moon, Taggart in, Borsavin, Zodiac, Tony Burst, Gary Busey, ASMR, Blurred Bullshit is Nova Glaring. City Tis is not afraid. Yeah, it really works, doesn't it? It's Kate X says that Henlips 1 user has been silent, but a long time after Tier 3 supporter of the channel. Yeah, that's really cool. Henlips 1. All right. I think our Pop-Tart is ready. I really wish I had some fresh brewed coffee for it, but what can you do? Oh boy. Okay. It's going to be very hot. So let's go ahead. It did break, but I can't be worried about cosmetics right now. I've had Pop-Tarts break in the toaster too, so this isn't that much different from that. There we go. We've certainly got a full half. Okay. And you know what? Maybe I will just drizzle a little tiny bit of our sugar concoction that we did here. Not too much though. I don't want it to be like a soup. Does this work? Okay, good. Now let's do our honey. I'm going to put a little bit of honey over the top. Okay, you know what? It might not exactly be a Pop-Tart, but it's something that smells kind of good. The honey's pretty good all by itself. Here it is, everybody. I'm going to let you take one last look at it. Look at that, would you? My God. That's a Pop-Tart. Fondue Yourself just resubscribed for 37 months. Thank you very much, Fondue Yourself. That's very kind of you. Let's see if we can find a picture of a Pop-Tart online in the images, and we can sort of stand ours up against one of theirs. Save image. That's not it, of course. That's that nasty shit we made last time. And that's sauteed asparagus. There we go. These are Pop-Tarts. Familiar Pop-Tarts that we all grew up with. And let's take a look at what we did here today at Henry's Kitchen. Yeah, I mean, when you do something homemade, it's not going to look like it does the manufactured one. And also, don't forget that these pictures are mostly AI at this point that they put out there. So we don't have any fancy machinery to make an assembly line with or whatever. We don't have fucking AI to do our promo pics. But right here at Henry's Kitchen, I'd say we're not doing so bad. You know? This is okay. And I'm proud of it. And I'm really hungry. And that could be sort of motivating what I'm saying right now. Okay. The last little bit of something that I was going to do. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second, everybody. I'm going to try to get this camera back on brisket. before the end of the show. Hold on. I'm still letting this thing cool here. Yeah, it's... There we go. You can see through a couple of things. There's brisket. Hey, how you feeling there? Stretchies? She had diarrhea because I was trying to train her, and we found out that she must be lactose intolerant or something, and I feel really bad about it. But you know, we actually do. Brisket and I have a vet appointment in a couple of hours, and I'm going to walk over there and just sort of make sure everything's okay. Everyone type Forsen says, did you know it's scientifically proven that the filling of a hot Pop-Tart is hotter than magma? I would not be surprised. That shit is really, really hot. But you know where they get away with it? This is why if you go to McDonald's and they give you hot coffee, you can sue them for millions of dollars. But the Pop-Tart, you're the one doing the cooking. That's where they get you. So you're the one screwing yourself over, and you can't sue somebody else for that. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and eat this. It's got honey, raw honey, and it's got some kind of sugar concoction that we made. Other than that, it's got a flour crust and some jelly. I mean, here we go. Bon appetit. My only regret is that I didn't put some kind of put a fresh pot of coffee on. Parasitosis asks if there was salt ever added. Yes, there was. We put salt in it. Remember the salt and pepper shakers? We did that. So here we go. You know what? We did not make a Pop-Tart today. We set out to make a Pop-Tart. We didn't do that. What we made here at Henry's Kitchen is fucking a million times better. This is really, really good. It might not be much for looks, but then neither is Brisket, the dog. It doesn't matter. That autofocus wasn't working. This is fucking delicious. This is just absolutely incredible. It's way better than a Pop-Tart. Oh my God. If you have the patience to sit there for about 90 minutes when you wake up and find out that there's no Pop-Tart and you have to make an emergency Pop-Tart, this is what you're going to do. This was so good. Like, honestly, what did I do? I was just kind of winging it. I must have just accidentally put the exact right amounts of ingredients. I can't believe how good this is. It's got really delicious honey with some Concord grape jelly, pastry, Glad Dad Pop-Tarts. You're absolutely right, Beanie Bo Beanie. I'm not a dad, but I have a lot of friends who are, and they're very sad all the time. And I feel like something like this might actually put a smile on their face, even if it's only very brief. Kurt Cocaine says, cook that shit so good he can't believe it. No, I am really having a moment here. Wow. Like, I want to open up a store, Henry's pseudo Pop-Tarts or whatever, faux Pop-Tarts or something. I would sell so many of these. It's ridiculous. But of course, it's all rigged. It's all just the big stores like Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. It's Kate X. Yeah, I taste the honey, but also the baking. Parasitosis says the reverb helps. Does it the reverb? That's. Oh my god. I left the fucking reverb on. Hold on a sec. Check 1 2. Thank you, Parasitosis. So embarrassed. Gummy Candy says, congrats on a big success. My God, if I had coffee with this, like a fresh brewed coffee, I'd probably just freaking explode right there. But the air fryer might have helped, Royal Flush. I don't know what went right here today, but we needed it. We really needed a win. Once again, poor Brisket had diarrhea because of me trying to train her with a little bit of mozzarella cheese, and it turns out also the autofocus isn't working on this. Everything here, I'm gonna focus it manually myself. There we go. There's Brisket. I'm gonna take her out for a squirt in a little bit here, and then we're gonna walk over to the vet. But yeah, I think she's lactose intolerant, so I had to learn that. I'm a new dog owner. Hey, it's not like roast beef didn't get the squirts all the time, but he was a geriatric cat. But anyway, Teaser Tuesday says, meeting's done. Glad to hear it was delicious. Okay, anybody who missed this, I just want to tell you to go back to the DVD on the front page of Twitch where you can watch the whole episode. Record the amounts that I put in of everything and the amount of time, because I was kind of winging it. But my God, this came out so good, and I still get to look forward to eating half of it. Let me focus here. There it is in all of its splendor. It probably didn't hurt that I put that milk and sugar concoction on there too. Well, I feel better. I feel okay. I have a lot of cleanup to do. I'm probably going to get diabetes, but you know what? It's okay. Here, let me put this butter away. I want to thank everybody for joining us here in Henry's Kitchen on kind of a stressful stream. And trying to think of what else. Fondue yourself. Thanks so much. Thanks everybody for your subscriptions and for your cheers. Thanks Lady Dina 17 for your cheers as well, and Ladies Laid and Butt Smasher Masher and everybody. Thank you so much. Carl Malone, don't want a diabetes. Yeah, that's what Guitar Joe says. Stephen Cat says, good luck at the vet. Make sure they do some blood work so you have a set level when you go back each year. This is not for me. This is for Brisket. Oh, okay, but yeah, still do it for her. Yeah, that's a good idea. Later, Skater. Thank you, DeMonkey 610. Maui Girl, thank you so much. Hope everything's okay with your broken pipe there. And thanks, Lady Dina and Guitar Joe and all the usual suspects here. Parasitosis says, hope everyone has a great week until Sunday. Yeah, we'll see you Sunday at noon Pacific time. Thanks again. Holy shit, this was good. I'm just so happy. Oh, and don't forget, September 26th, I will be performing live in Mahomet, Illinois. Never been, but it's near Champaign, Illinois, which is near Chicago, St. Louis, New York, LA, Asia, Europe, any place where you can get on a plane, you can show up to this show. And I have had people show up from Switzerland and bring me Swiss chocolate, and that's a very fond memory in Fresno. So I want to thank everybody for coming, um, for joining us today. And also, yeah, come to, if you want to go to that show in Illinois, the details are on henrys.kitchen under tour dates, or It's Kate just posted a link to the ticket site right there. So, all right, thanks everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you Sunday at noon Pacific.